everybody, my name is Sam, aka Samster, and today I'm going to try to go full out on a nicer video for you guys involving the 1960 Saab 93F. So in this video, this is going to be a first time kind of deal for me as well, so I apologize if there's not a lot of narration. The goal today is to take this car for the first drive in over 40 years. If you guys don't know, this is a pretty special car to me specifically, not just in general, of course. This car was inherited by me about end of last year, because my good friend Don Baker, who owned this car for many years, passed away unexpectedly. I was the one to inherit, and I honor this car because of him. Him and his brother would have a total of like 13 Saabs at a single time at one point, and many more over the years, all ranging from this 93, 96s, all 90, you know, all kinds of 95s, up to 900s, and finally ending with a 9000. The stories they had behind these cars and the things they did with them were awesome. Take engines out and then break down on the side of the road, put a different engine in. I mean, they'd have an engine in and out by the time the engine cooled down, you know. They have the coolest stories behind these cars. Really neat history. Anyway, in this video, what we're hoping to do is drive this car, like I said, for the first time in memory of my friend Don Baker. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. I'll get another better view of it. But there is a piece of exposed film on the dashboard. My friend who owned this car was a big-time photographer and was wonderful at it. And while cleaning out this car with all the parts and just trash, it was packed to the ceiling with parts, by the way. I found a film roll, which I think is still here. Yeah, just an old Kodak piece of let's see, Tri-X pan film. And it was just unraveled in the car, so I taped some into the dash here in memory of my friend. This is a big time deal for me, sentimental reasons and also achievement wise. Hopefully gonna go well. I don't know. Let's do a couple of little things around the car and explaining what I've done so far. If you've seen the last video, it was me just driving it around in the yard for the first time under its own power. There's been a lot of things that have been done to it since, better fixes and stuff, where I actually now have gears where I can actually shift the darn thing, and I have done a couple other things that we'll go about now. We're outside the car now. I'm gonna pop the hood latch and hope to God doesn't fall off. Oh my God, it almost did. Right now it's held on by the latch, or the hood latch mechanism, and a cord tie. And one more thing, I just wanted to show you that, look at this original OEM badge. Yeah, that's it's totally stock, 1960 from original. Totally not drawn on by a Sharpie. Though I do have the original 93 badge in the back, which is apparently super rare. So underneath the hood, we have a few things that may be noticeable, like the air filters on it. A couple of things are not like leaking completely noticeably now. Got more coolant, which is actually just water at the moment. That's why we're keeping it inside. But it's not leaking like a sieve anymore. There's no big puddle underneath it, so that's nice. I wired up a more permanent, quote-unquote, wiring system to the actual generator now, so I can actually start it with a key. A couple things of the engine, like these distributor cup that is in there. There's like a different chamber in there. It was actually, the front seal was leaking a little bit. I have a full tank of gas. I'm still working on the original pump. Hooked up the original clutch cable. I made this rod extra long, which is too long, but for my case, I'm not using an original cable. I'm using the same gauge cable, but it's kind of my own design that I did, so I made it long so it's actually accessible, because the bracket I have is homemade as well. The parking brake, which is the only brake that's working at the moment, is now adjusted better. So it'll actually grab instead of just thinking about grabbing. I have a GoPro mounted here. I have a GoPro mounted inside. So we're trying to get some multiple angles. I'm gonna put the hood on again here, and let's see if we can go for a drive. Actually use more than just reverse and first. Okay, one dead battery later, let's try this battery. Take two, after another battery. That battery's dead too. I'm gonna insert like silly music here. It's the fourth time. You know, there's these newfangled thing called chargers. They're really useful. This one even has a manual start mode. I'll let it warm up for a little bit more in a few minutes, and we'll get going for a ride. All right, here we go. Clutch is working pretty good now. idle too much. Rubbing because they haven't been rebuilt yet. I'm having a blast. First time in 40 years. What a treat. It's so janky, but it actually really worked well. Oh, that's awesome. I'm proud of that. And nothing seemed to break and or fail. So that's even better for me. Another reason I was gonna do this test run was it's actually a physical test run. I wanted to test things and see what would come up. And I, of course, like I mentioned, I noticed that little tick, 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 tick in second. That seems like some sort of something to maybe to do with the freewheel. I'll have to look into more of that. But see, I would never have known that unless I drove it. So I'm happy about that. And that engine and transmission has to come out anyway for new seals and stuff. So, you know, that was a good thing to know. So I'm really glad I did this test run, and I'm very proud that I did this test run successfully. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I tried my hardest to get more like actual content in this video and better editing stuff. So I really hope it actually showed and you guys enjoyed it. So also remember, I'm 6'5". You can see I'm a little bit taller than the car. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, let me know what you think, and let's get this car even more reliable. So